Hello future engineers, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're still new to my channel and you like what I'm doing, please don't forget to share my videos to your friends and to your friends' friends. To your younger brothers and sisters who would want to take up engineering in the future, and to your relatives. That's one way you can keep me going, inspired and refreshed. Now, if you find my videos interesting and important to your studies, also please don't forget to subscribe. Hello future engineers, here is another video in Engineers in Progress on uniform motion. The problems here are uh, quite challenging, so I hope that you can bear with me with my explanations. If you want to anticipate the solution to these problems, you may do so by pausing the video. So still on uniform motion problems, problem 61. A boatman rows to a place 48-kilometer distant and back in 14 hours. He finds he can row 4 kilometers with the stream at the same time as 3 kilometers against the stream. Find the rate of the stream. So the rate of the stream is denoted here as C. The speed of the boat in still water is denoted by V. And by analysis, time with the current or with the rate of the stream is equal to time against the stream. And since time is distance over effective speed for motion with the current, the distance is 4 and the effective speed is v plus c. So 4 over v plus c is equal to distance against the stream is 3 and the effective speed is v minus c. So 4 over v plus c equals 3 over v minus c. Cross multiplication, so we have 4v minus 4c equals 3v plus 3c. So 4v minus 3v is v and 3c plus 4c is 7c. So v is 7 times the speed of the boat in still water, or the rowing speed is 7 times that of the stream's speed. Now, the total time is 14 hours. That is moving downstream, then going back upstream is 14 hours. So time with the wind plus time with the current plus time against the current or against the reverse current is equal to 14. And time is distance over effective speed. So the distance is 48 kilometers for both moving with the current and against the current. So 48 over 7c plus c equals 48 plus 48 over 7c minus c equals 14. Since 48 over 8c is 6c and 48 over 6c is 8c, so 6c plus 8c equals 14. So 14c equals 14. So that means c is 1 kilometer per hour. So that's the rate of the stream. Next problem, 62. This came out in a CE board exam. A policeman is pursuing a snatcher who is ahead by 72 of his own leaps. The snatcher takes 6 leaps while the cop takes 5 leaps. But 4 leaps of the snatcher are as long as 3 leaps of the cop. So how many leaps will the cop make before he catches the snatcher? So the analysis here, so that the cop or the policeman can catch up with the snatcher, then their distances should be the same. Then the speed of the snatcher is 6 leaps. Let's just consider it as 6 leaps per second times the time plus 72 of the snatcher's leaps, because the snatcher is ahead.
by 72 of his own leaps. So distance of the snatcher is 6 leaps of the snatcher per second times time plus 72 of the snatcher's leaps. So remember, he's ahead. While the distance of the policeman, the distance that the policeman must do in order to catch up with the snatcher is speed of the policeman, which is 5 of the policeman's leaps per second times time. So they have the same travel time, of course. Then from this statement, 4 leaps of the snatcher are as long as 3 leaps of the cop or the policeman. That means 4 times L sub S equals 3 times L sub P. So that means L sub S is equal to 3/4 of L sub P. So we substitute this L sub S, 3/4 of L sub P, after we equate distance of the snatcher equals distance of the policeman. So we have 6 times snatcher's leaps, which is equal to 3/4 of L sub P. Then 72 of snatcher's leaps, we replace this by 3/4 of L sub P also. So 6 L sub S times time plus 72 L sub S equals 5 times L sub P times time. So replacing L sub S by 3/4 of L sub P. So we have 6 times 3/4 of L sub P times time plus 72 times 3/4 of L sub P equals 5 times L sub P times time. So we can cancel L sub P actually, but we will not do it yet. So this is 6 times 3/4, that's 4.5 L sub P combined with 5 L sub PT. So the right side would be 5 minus 4.5 L sub PT, that's 0.5 L sub PT, while the left side is 72 times 3/4, and that's equal to 54 L sub P. Then the right side is 0.5 L sub PT. Cancel out L sub P, so T is 108 seconds. Then this is the distance or the number of leaps that the policeman or the cop must make in order to catch up the snatcher. 5 L sub P times time 108, and therefore it is equal to 540 of 540 leaps of the policeman. So that's the number of leaps that the cop must make in order to catch up the snatcher. Problem 63. Two trains, one 350 feet long, the other 450 feet long, on parallel tracks, can pass each other completely in 8 seconds when moving in opposite directions. When moving in the same directions, the faster train completely passes the slower one in 16 seconds. So find the speed of the faster train. So let's assume here that the shorter train, 350 feet long, is the faster, and the longer train is the slower. So that makes sense, of course. But you can make it vice versa. The answer must be the same. So time ends rather. That's the starting position. Time ends when the rears of the trains are even. So that's the situation where they pass each other completely. So 350 feet long, 450 the longer, 350 the shorter, and this is the faster train. So after they completely pass each other, that should be the position. The total distance traveled should be equal to 350 plus 450 in order to pass each other completely. So V sub F times 8 seconds, this is the distance traveled by the faster train. Then this is the distance traveled by the slower train, is equal to the sum of their lengths, which is 800 feet. So that is V sub F times 8 seconds plus V sub S times 8 seconds equals 800 feet. Dividing everything by 8, so V sub F plus V sub S equals 100. Call that equation 1. In the other situation, if they move in the same directions, so that's the faster and this is the slower, so that should be the position of the two trains when they completely pass each other. So the faster train has traveled that distance, so V sub F times 16. Then this is the distance traveled by the slower train. This one only. V sub S times 16 seconds, and the difference should be equal to the length of the two trains, also 800. So that is V sub F times 16 minus V sub S times 16 equals 800. So dividing everything by 16, V sub F minus V sub S equals 50. Equation 2. So since we are only interested in V sub F, adding equations 1 and 2 will eliminate V sub S. So 2 V sub F equals 100 plus 50 is 150. So therefore, the speed of the faster train is 75 feet per second. So that's it for this video. I hope that you gain something important in your preparations in engineering that will help you increase your analytical skills, and I hope so that it will enhance your analytical skills.